Welcome to the King Sanctuaries podcast, where you get biblical answers for everyday problems.
Today we'll be looking at what it means to be sexually pure. I am your host, Desta Sandy. So, Pastor Dio, what is sexual purity?
Well, you see, the phrase sexual purity is not in the Word of God. What the Word of God speaks to is purity. And that encompasses all areas of our lives. You know, Christians divide purity into different sections and encourage sexual purity, which is a good thing. But I just want to make it clear at first that the phrase sexual purity, we don't want to find it in the Word of God, but we find the encouragement for purity. So before looking at sexual purity, which is a biblical concept, let's first deal with what is purity. You see, purity is translated from the Greek word hagnos, which means to be undefiled by sin, which is to be holy. So sexual purity, therefore, deals with remaining undefiled by anything sexual, remaining undefiled by any sexual interactions. You know, to elaborate this on a little bit more, we have to keep in mind that God created sex for the context of marriage. And so to be undefiled by anything sexual, it would really mean to abstain from anything sexual outside of the context of marriage. And in this day and age, we have to keep defining marriage. Marriage is God's blessing between a man and a woman. It is God's covenantal blessing on a man and his wife. You know, Hebrews 13 verse 4, for example, it says, marriage should be honored by all, and the marriage bed kept pure, for God will judge the adulterer and all the sexually immoral. So all those, and also the adulterer, somebody who has defiled his covenant before God. He has been unfaithful to his spouse, or she has been unfaithful to her spouse, and that's who the adulterer is. And the sexually immoral person is that individual who is indulging in sexual contact that should only be for the context of marriage. So premarital sex, that is what speaks about sexual immorality. So sexual purity, again, it really speaks to having sexual interactions within the context that God has clearly defined for us, with the context of marriage.